everybody, it's me, 8 E's. Sorry, I just got in from the fun and sun. After all, this episode of The Amazing Race was set in Bali, so I figured, why do they get to have fun in the sand and sun? 8 E's can too. Let me just get a little more comfortable. So, as I just said, this week, The Amazing Race, the contestants flew to Bali. That is in Indonesia. In case you guys didn't know, it's an island with a D at the end, island in Bali. They all got on the same plane and they flew to Denpasar, Bali, which is a city in the island. And so everyone was caught back up. And they got there in the dead of night, and they each had whoever got there first got to pick the first little thing, the little 6:15, 6:30, 6:45, and then that's the way that there's only six contest teams left. We are getting down to the nitty gritty, as in gritty sand, but that's coming up later. So the first thing they do, they go to the they had to deliver offerings. Okay, the first offering was like a headpiece made of fruit, I believe, and they had to balance it on their head. We've seen that before. Don't let it drop. And also find the Pura Anjung Galu Temple, totally pronounced correctly. I've been working on this. And then they set it on the ground. They said, okay, what do we need to bring to the next as our next offering? And they open these baskets. It's freaking snakes. Now, I'm no Indiana Jones. I would like to be, and I'd probably be a great archaeologist. But I'm freaking afraid of snakes, okay? Number one, don't put me near a snake. Number two, certainly don't drape one around my person. And then you have to run several hundred feet to the next offering. But that's what they all did. And I'm going to give these people some major credit. None of them complained. Well, a couple of them were freaked out, but they all carried that snake like they were gangbusters. And they all ran. Sherry, not afraid of snakes. 8 E's, afraid of snakes. I'm really impressed, Sherry. Good job, baby. Sorry we had that Twitter feud last week, but I'm so glad we're in love again. Women, we need to stick together. We're both moms. You of Cole, me of my two cats, Snarf and Orko. You may hear them right now. They're meowing a little loud, so if you hear them in the background, that's just Snarf and Orko. Snarf, 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 kind of mewing and stuff. Certain quote came from that. Tyler, as he's got his white snake draped around him, he said, "Giving you Britney Spears meets Bali." And then, of course, they cleverly cut to the time she carried the snake. Tyler, as always, you got me. You got me. Man. So once they had done that, Sherry and Cole had to participate in their speed bump. As you remember, they were last in the non-elimination leg of the race. So they had to make a Balinese cuisine, sell a certain number of them on the street, and then eat it themselves. They kept saying it was probably some sort of animal balls. I'm not sure. It could have been tofu. It could have been goat balls. It could have been dates fried in some sort of batter. It could have been anything. I'll tell you what, they ate it quickly and did not complain. Let's get past the speed bump. They're usually not that difficult. You just got to do it and get back into the race. And they did that. Good job, guys. So then we got to roadblock, and it was salt of the earth. Now here is where things got interesting. I don't normally totally keep count of which team member is doing which roadblock, but it was pointed out that Kurt of Brody and Kurt had been doing the majority of the roadblocks, and he chose to do this one as well. You had to go and put this yoke on your shoulders, run into the water, dip 2 huge things full of water, run back into this like a parceled out piece of sand, dump the water on, because this is how they make sea salt. It's actually kind of fascinating in a National Geographic kind of a way. Snarf, Orko, shh, be quiet, guys. I'm telling you. This is what I want to say. This guy, he does not talk. I say, shh, quiet down, buddy. And he's like, woof, 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 woof. And I say, quiet down. He's like, I'm going to pound some puppies. Anyway, moving on. So that's how they make sea salt, and then they dry it out, and then they scoop it up, and they put it in bags, and they sell it to us, stupid consumers, for like $100 a bag. So that's what they had to do. So Kurt, Bernie, Tyler, Rachel. Oh, no, Rachel, why did you have to do this? Fatal flaw. Zach should have done it. Not that a girl is not strong, and Rachel, you really rocked it. I'm very, very impressed with you, but a guy probably should have done it. Cole and Matt all chose to do this. So they got their square plots wet with all the seawater, and then they ran and they scraped it up, they put it in bags. Here's though where a girl does do well. We've got dainty, beautiful, like Vanna White hand model fingers. We can tie those bags. Big ham fingers. These guys are like, oh, I can't tie the bags. I can't tie the. Oh, I spilled it all over the ground. Gotta start over. Said that. Okay, Rachel, come on, baby. Snarf, Oracle, be quiet back there. God, those cats are being loud today. So then once they did that, they had to, you think now would be a detour. Choose this or choose this. Here's where the race switched things up again. They had another roadblock. They had to go fly a kite. Now here's where things got super cool. This whole leg was pretty cool. They had to build this enormous kite, assemble it piece by piece by piece, and then run across the beach and get the kite into the air with this epically long tail. It was so stinking cool. And the cool twist here, and this is where the Kurt Brody thing comes into play, if you just did the salt roadblock, you could not do the kite roadblock. So it all had to switch. The inverse happened. Ashley, Corey, Brody, Sherry, Dana, and Zach. And here's where we learn that Brody's really good at a lot of things. Showmances, growing a neck beard, brute strength. He's not always good with some of the fine motor skills, I'm going to call it. Gross motor skills, aces. Fine motor skills, not always so good. So he kind of fell a little bit behind on this. And Corey, I think, did this first. And then Ashley, I'm telling you what, continues to impress me. Sherry and Ashley, you girls, you ladies are impressive. Continue it, please. And once they had this huge thing, they got their next clue, and it was a pit stop. Go find this boat, paddle to this bigger boat, and that's where Phil is waiting for you. So we get to the pit stop, and we have Tyler and Corey back in first place, where of course they deserve to be. Tyler, I missed that little laugh of yours. Keep it up. Just keep up the good spirits, and you guys are going to take the whole thing home. They won $5,000 each. Then second place, perennial bridesmaids, Bernie and Ashley. Sherry and Cole third. Dana and Matt fourth. Brody and Kurt fifth. And then, Zach and Rachel, you just couldn't get past that heavy challenge with the water and the yoke. I'm so sorry. The yoke's not on you. You're out. Really sorry about that. We're really getting down to the nitty-gritty. This is anyone's ball game. The express pass has been used. People are tired. People are sunburnt. People are dehydrated. People are missing. They're homesick. It is anyone's ball game. And on a pleasant note, Dana, you took my advice from last week and were quite pleasant. I expected maybe an outburst. I saw none. That is a way to go. That is a way to be a really good Amazing Race contestant. Until next week, 8 E's and my a pound puppet friend. We're saying bye-bye, Balinese style, which is just bye probably. Bye.